Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and we're here with Michael Norton, a good friend of mine.
Good morning, Gerhard. How are you?
How are you doing?
Outstanding.
Michael is the president of the Zig Ziglar Corporation. Tell me, Michael, how important is motivation in selling?
Motivation is extremely important in selling. Every day, salespeople go out into the trenches. They're working hard to make money for their families. They have stress. They have daily quotas. Burnout rate is extremely high. Turnover rate is, sales is known as a revolving door industry for some companies in some markets. So staying motivated is incredibly important. And we feel, as Zig has taught for years, the way to overcome that is having balance in all areas of your life. Having a good family life, having a good physical fitness life, having a good spiritual life, setting goals for yourself so that you can stay motivated to go through those peaks and valleys of sales and selling.
So a lot of people say that motivation is like a little shot in the arm and then it wears off.
Absolutely. I've been a fan of selling power for so long, and I was just having this conversation with your daughter Larissa outside. One of the things I love about selling power is that with selling power, it's not one of those magazines where you pick it up and you read it from front to back and you just read every article in there. Selling power is one of those magazines that you can take with you for the entire month. As salespeople, we sit in our cars, we sit in waiting rooms to meet our prospect.
Airports.
We sit in airports, on airplanes, we're always someplace. You can go through the magazine and pick something out that's going to motivate you, train you, educate you each and every day while you're working through the entire month.
I see the two kinds of motivational needs. One is ongoing motivation, that's part of life design strategies. That's a mindset. But what about short-term motivation? Let's say you walk out of a sales call and you didn't have a great experience and you're 5 minutes away from a second sales call that's much more important than the previous one, but you have that negative backlash. How do you eliminate that, and how do you go in with a positive attitude?
We've all talked about sports analogies in sales and selling. It's just like playing baseball. You're going to strike out more times than you're going to get a hit. People who are, they're making millions of dollars a year and their batting average is 250, but they get up every single time, the next time, expecting to get a hit. Dennis Waitley, who was a guest here yesterday, and you referenced this, I was so happy about this yesterday in your session. He talks about in psychology of winning, the expectation to win. We have to, if we expect to win, we will win. So salespeople, when I'm training them in the field, and I've sat in a lot of passenger seats over the years with salespeople going on calls, and we have struck out. When we get back in the car, we do a little post-call analysis. And even if you don't have your manager with you, it's very, very important that you do that post-call analysis. What could I have said? What could I have done better? And then prepare yourself for that next call. What will I do on this call? I'm going to get this one. I know I'm going to get this one. And you just have to stay motivated. Sales is very hard. If sales were easy, sales managers would still be doing it, right?
Right. But there's an analogy to sports that I think we should talk about, which is golf. When you are missing a shot, you automatically have that sort of self-critique, that negative self-talk. You berate yourself for missing that shot, and then you carry that feeling over to the next shot, and the chances are high that you miss the next shot. So the question is, how do you stop that negative self-talk and neutralize it so you can approach the second shot with a positive attitude, same as in sales?
The true champions in life, the Tiger Woods in golf, the Cal Ripkens in baseball, these guys have made errors. They've blown shots, they've booted balls, they've struck out, right? They don't go into that next shot down because they're true champions. But the everyday guy, the everyday person in a sales call, the everyday hacker like myself who goes out and plays golf, I understand that level of frustration. But again, because of all the training I've had, because of Selling Power Magazine and the articles I've read, because of Nightingale Conant and the audio programs I've listened to year in and year out, I just have this super positive outlook, like the next shot is going to work. I'm going to, whether it's I'm putting for a 9 or putting for a 12 or putting for a 3, I expect that putt to go in.
Right, and I think there's another analogy from sports when you think about how much Tiger Woods practices versus how long the game is. And I think for every hour that he plays, he probably practices 10 hours. Well, can you pick up that magazine? Here's a story with Marco Mira, and also there's a little story in about Michael Norton. But Mark said the same thing. I hit 3,000 balls a day.
And a true champion has internalized that. They prepare for every single sales call. They go in anticipating the questions, rehearsing the responses, and they're ready to play the game every day.
So what you're saying is that a professional salesperson needs to be motivated, and they need to have access to tools that help them win, and they need to be committed to prepare for winning.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Michael, and we're going to continue our conversation with Michael Norton tomorrow, where we talk about his new exciting venture called Candogo.